Felix, good evening, Felix.
Good evening too.
Yeah. Where is your location, Felix?
Sorry?
Where is your location right now?
I'm in Kenya. I'm in Nairobi right now.
All right. Thank you for dropping by. You saw my video, did you?
Yeah, I was watching your videos through the night and today. So it inspired me. I want to start that business internationally now.
I see. I just returned from my trip. I'm now back in Australia.
Oh, you are now back.
Yeah. I arrived very early morning. I have only few sleep. Now I'm back to work. Work.
That's important.
This is my last. That was my last trip for 2022. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So tell me, what can I do for you, Felix? Tell me.
Okay, since you know this business so much internationally.
Yeah, I know. I was in Mali. Yeah, I was in Mali. Yes, there's a lot of gold. Yes, and even in Conakry.
Oh, you are in Mali.
No, I was in Mali. Then I fly to Conakry. I have a client, and the client get the gold. Yeah.
Okay.
So what is your position then? Hi.
I'm saying I want you to take me through business.
Yeah.
I know I've been in Kenya. We are under these small towns here in Kenya, and there is a lot of scamming here in Kenya. So I want to at least try another location if I can manage it.
Well, Africa is a lot of source of gold. Gold in Kenya coming from Congo, which is Congo United Nation embargo. They bring it to Kenya as a transit, and it's very difficult to deal gold in Congo because then the world is punish Congo. There's a lot of gold, but the problem is the seller and the buyer have no idea what they are dealing with. They're always rush. Gold is cash, and most of the buyer was being deceived by the seller, and you guys as well. Brokers floating around offering undervalue. It is impossible because the government will tax the gold. There is a tax on that. That's the reason why I put everything on my YouTube channel. Which video that you watched recently? Which one?
Sorry?
Which video that you watched recently? Which one?
Okay, I'm still in that kind of business. I'm still hunting gold.
No, you didn't answer my question. I said you didn't answer my question. You did watch my video. Which video? Because I have several video. Which one did you watch?
Oh, I watched the one, the client, a buyer from Ukraine, stuck in Ghana.
Ah, that was long time ago.
So
Yeah.
you were giving a warning.
Yes.
Yeah, you were giving a warning.
Yes. That was long time ago. I think 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Yes, that's correct. No, that was not my client. They called me because they were being run amok by the seller, and he was scared in Ghana. He called me for help, and I said, no, I cannot help. I'm not a policewoman.
Yeah.
I'm busy in Australia. So he asked my help. I told him, call your embassy or you call the police, because I think that he was being threatened because he's keep on bargaining. Maybe he's not a buyer. The seller is hungry to sell, so he was being threatened, and he was scared. So that's why I announced it on my YouTube channel. Yes, correct. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't deal Ghana anymore.
So many people.
Yeah, I deal Ghana many years ago, 11 years ago, but I don't deal Ghana. There's so many. Ghana is a headache to me. I don't want to deal Ghana. In fact, I was being scammed in Ghana big time. I don't like to hear. In fact, last week there was mining symposium in Conakry. I met two Ghanaian officials. I told them that your country is good, but the people are cheater. I told this official that I was being scammed by your own people. They were surprised. And I give the number, the lady who scammed me, big time. It's a long, long story. So I said to them, when I arrive in Australia, I will give you the number. So that's the reason why no matter what, I fired all of my sellers in Ghana. I used to handle sellers in Ghana. They're also deceitful. Yeah. Any seller deceived Mrs. Ford, I will block them. That's the punishment. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But
Now
anyway,
you are not dealing in Ghana.
no, I would not. No matter what. My sellers in Ghana, they begged me to handle them. I said, no, I'm sorry. You're over. I'm not a beggar.
Okay.
I live comfortably. You want my services? You do properly. If you don't do properly, I'm going to punish you. I'm going to announce to the world that you're not supposed to be trusted. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm back in Brisbane.
Right now you are dealing.
Go ahead.
You are dealing with Mali right now.
No, I'm no longer in Mali. I was in Mali recently. I'm already back in Australia. Yeah.
I'm saying you are dealing with Mali right now.
Yes, I do handle Conakry, Mali, and Sierra Leone. Yes.
Oh.
And I don't deal with anyone because it's very headache. Mali is a very strict. Recently, in November 2, there was an assassination attempt by the sniper. And the president and the government of Mali are very strict. Anyone entering into Mali would be scrutinized. If you are just brokering, going there to that country, you're gonna fail. Yes, I know.
Okay.
I know the country ins and out. That's the reason why I mentioned that on my video. That when I travel with the buyer, I do charge my trip. I do charge my services. That's why I announced that on my every video. And I would not teach anyone. No one taught me, nobody. So the buyer has to pay my services. If the buyer cannot afford, meaning to say the buyer is not a buyer. Yeah, very simple.
Yeah, that's true.
Those buyer asking Go ahead.
Okay. Between this gold business, between buying gold, first business, buying the refined gold and investing in mining, which one is the cheapest and which one
Felix, gold is not cheap.
can generate a lot of
No.
money?
No, gold is not cheap. Gold is mined in their mining site. The government give the owner of the mining site a lease. To mine is not cheap. It's not. Most of the international buyer think that they can get cheap gold and then they're gonna resell it. Then they become multimillionaire. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work because when the gold will be exported outside the country, the value of the gold, the government will tax that gold. Yes, there is no way. I think you guys has been deceived. There is no way you can get gold cheap price. A minute that the gold in the city ready for export. Right. The government will not give any certificate of clearance until the government see the cash inflow receipt that the buyer paid the gold to the seller. Without that, you're gonna be a failure. Yeah. So people say, oh, teach me. I don't teach anyone. Knowledge is worth $1 million. I don't teach anybody. You watch my video, you might learn out of that. Yeah, because I put everything. So you watch, read the full corporate offer, then apply that into your personal domain because you are acting on behalf of the seller. So you're gonna learn out of Wilhelmina. But I'm not going to teach anyone. No. You read, you listen, then the buyer has to place an order. I don't deal anymore online broker because it's a headache for me. it is a headache.
Yeah, that's true.
I prefer to deal directly to the buyer. The buyer will get a good price. Yeah, because I'm going to charge the buyer for my trip to accompany him. If the buyer cannot afford, meaning to say the buyer is not a buyer. Yeah, very simple.
Okay, I understand you.
Keep learning.
I'm planning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm planning to come in Australia for my studies.
Oh, good. Keep learning.
Probably next year February I'll be in Australia.
What part of Australia you're coming?
Meet you there.
What part?
Sorry?
What part of Australia that you're applying for the student visa? Melbourne.
I'm coming in Melbourne.
Yeah, Melbourne is a cold place. I don't like Melbourne. I live in a tropical state, which is Queensland. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's cold. You have to prepare.
There's no problem.
Hi?
Yeah, I can even reach you there one day.
Yeah, you can call Wilhelmina. Melbourne to Australia by plane, 2 hours. I think 1.5 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I wish you good luck. I wish you good luck. This gold business, Felix, is not for you. If you're just brokering online, it's not for you. I'm telling you to straightforward. There is a lot of brokers that fail because they don't understand. This business is for real buyer and real seller. Social media is the way of doing promoting. I'm promoting Africa. I am.
Yeah.
My job is not easy.
Okay.
All right.
That's nice.
So thank you for pounding me on my YouTube and on Facebook. Keep learning because learning is a good. You get knowledge. Yeah. But I already given a few little tips of my knowledge. But I'm not going to give all of my knowledge because knowledge is worth $1 million. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
So the buyer has to pay my knowledge and the seller has to pay my knowledge. Yeah, both parties has to pay my knowledge or else they wouldn't get buyers because I'm here to promote. My face is everywhere. So knowledge is very, very important. You got my point?
Yeah.
Well. But anyway, Felix, nice talking to you and keep learning. Okay?
Oh, thank you too.
All right, thank you. Okay, bye.
Your
Good evening, everyone. This is Wilhelmina. I just finished having a conference with a guy from Kenya, and he was excited. May I advise to everyone? This gold business is a very lucrative business. Yes, buyers buy gold in order to refund into different uses. I just been to Dubai. Every time I travel to Africa, I always stop over in Dubai. I have a lot of meeting there. Some are real, some are not. Some are joker broker. They come to my hotel. They eat. Excuse me if I say this brutally. They come and eat. They don't pay. So meaning to say, they are not a buyer. They just want to have a free ride of eating. Disgusting. Right? I have a real buyer, big spender. They invite me. They treated me as a special because knowledge is very, very important. You got the deal. That is the way how to do business. If you come to Wilhelmina when I'm in Dubai, do not wait for Wilhelmina to pay your bills because I'm telling you, you will not get gold from me, from us. Why? Meaning to say you cannot afford. Now, I have a very good meeting. The buyer, he showed that he can afford. He's a professional. And we chat, we drink wine. That is the way we do business. When I do business, I always have money in my pocket. Those joker broker in Dubai, they come to Holiday Inn, sit down and eat, then they just left. Do not come to Wilhelmina next time when I'm in Dubai, and if you cannot afford to pay the food that you eat, because in the hotel, lunch and dinner is $65. If you cannot afford to pay $65, meaning to say you cannot afford to buy gold. Very simple and very clear. I am very straightforward and I'm very brutal. Don't come to Wilhelmina if you are just a time waster. Now, I'm here in Australia already. This is my home. We are now on November 30. This is my last 2022. Make your reservation, book your trip, book your order for 2023. Every buyer, I allocate 10 days. Every buyer. It depends, so you have to give an allowance. Because to process, to transfer the payment 3 working days, sometimes 4 working days, because of the time difference. Then when the payment would be clear, that is the time the seller start to process. So every video, I just uploaded the video few seconds ago. That's my last trip for 2022. I was in Dubai. Okay? Now I'm now already in Australia. I would not travel December because I have to spend my time Christmas and family gathering December. So this is my last video. So I just interviewed the buyer that no, he's not a buyer, he's an online broker. He said he wanted to learn. Well, you go to school and pay your tuition fee to learn. This is a practical learning process, right? He said he is an agent, Mali Conakry, go for it. I'm not going to teach any joker broker. Do not come to Wilhelmina for ask, teach me, because I'm not a teacher. I don't teach people. My seller hired me to handle because of my skills. I've been in marketing for many years. So I don't teach people. When I used to work in Australia, my company doesn't teach me. I used to be in real estate. I'm retired now. So this gold is my pastime. I love Africa because Africa have plenty of products like gold, emerald, diamond, coffee, and cocoa. I focus on gold and diamond. Now, Mr. Buyer or Mr. Joker Broker, when you come to my YouTube channel, pay attention. Read it. Listen to the video until it finishes. Because this video will give you a moral learning. Now, there was a person went to my video that asking about the price of diamond. When you ask the price of diamond, you introduce yourself. Come and have a conference because I'm going to interview you. You click on the link from YouTube to Facebook. You scroll down. There is a diamond, white diamond or fancy color. There is a price. So if you're a buyer, emphasize what quantity you want to buy on diamond. Are you looking for fancy or just white? The price of diamond, it varies from carat to carat, from $900 per carat. It depends on the clarity. So do not ask me, Madam, I want the price, send me the picture, send me the video. We no longer doing that. Because that pictures and video you float around and then you solicit buyer. Everything on my Facebook are original. I put all the message, read the message on every picture, digest it. Do not come to Wilhelmina if you are not ready. Do not come to Wilhelmina, send me the procedure. The procedure on gold is in front of you. If I ignore you, meaning to say you are not qualified. Okay? Look at me when I meet this big spender in Dubai. They are professional. This is a professional business. You cannot just sitting down on your chair collecting information that you have a buyer. How much is your commission? We don't give commission. I don't. My seller hired me to work with them, and I don't pay anybody. The seller is paying me. Right? Do not come to Wilhelmina that how much is my commission. You wouldn't get it. I'm telling you. Instead, we give the buyer a very good price. Now you're gonna say, Madam, how much is the price of gold? Go on the world market. Whatever the price on the world market is LBME. That LBME, you buy gold in the bank, there is no discount because that is refined. We give you 5%. If I travel with you because I'm going to charge you my services, I'll give you 8%. If you convince me that you have really $1 million in your bank account and bank statement that you have million, I might consider to renegotiate to my head office to give you a leeway. It depends. Don't bank on it because you have not convinced Wilhelmina. I want you to convince me that you're a real buyer. You read, you watch the video. Do not come to Wilhelmina if you are not prepared to answer my question. Do not. Because I don't have time. I am very strict this time. This is 2022. This is my last video. I will start doing some interview. When I interview the buyer, immediately it's live. So don't be scared because you are just like to apply for a job. I'm interviewing you whether you are qualified or not. You come to Wilhelmina, meaning to say you already seen my video. You already read the full corporate offer. So my question is very simple. How did you meet Wilhelmina? How did you saw on my on YouTube channel? Did you read? If you haven't, go back and read. If you're asking about diamond, click on link on Facebook. You go and scroll down on my platform. When you are ready, then you come for conference. That's it. This is my online store on my Facebook. It's very clear and concise. You're gonna say, Wilhelmina, teach me. I don't teach. You go to school, you pay your tuition fee. So I only teach the real buyer, not a joker broker. The real buyer knows how to find. The real buyer needs the supply because his business cannot function without the supply. There's a saying, supply and demand determine the price. So I hope everyone understand. People say, oh, I don't like Wilhelmina. Too bad if you don't like me. Some other people, they create the scam page that Wilhelmina is scammer. I don't know how much I scam this bastard. I don't have any idea. I called him bastard. Why? They don't know me. Then they blog me. He is a scammer. This bastard. Yeah. You don't double cross with this woman because I'm helping Africa. I'm removing the negativity. Yes, there's a lot in Africa. There's a lot that the seller doesn't give you the right information. There's a lot that you're gonna be deceived. I refrain using scam. The word scam means you will be deceived. Yes, 100% if you're not very careful. Yes, they will say no problem, no problem. At the end of the day, there will be a problem. I don't want to hear that no problem, no problem. Mr. Seller, if you're watching me, refrain using no problem. Tell the buyer, we will do business. We will try to rectify the mistake of others. No problem, no problem. At the end of the day, there would be a problem. I don't want to hear that kind of words, no problem. That's me. If you want to sell, you're going to say, okay, Mr. Buyer, this is the country policy. The gold is not for credit. Gold is cash. The gold has to be assay. But I don't want to explain further. Just read the full corporate offer, digest it. Then you will understand. If you don't understand, come to Wilhelmina for video call. Open your camera. Do not hide your face. A minute a joker broker hide his or her face, meaning to say, you're a time waster. I don't hide my face. I am here to help both buyers and seller. Yes, gold and diamond business is a very lucrative business. But if you're not very careful and you don't have much capital, yes, you're gonna lose. You will lose 100%. You know how much I charged the buyer 2022? 15,000 to cover my travel cost. Airline alone is not cheap anymore. Hotel accommodation is not cheap. The food. Now, on 2020, yes, I increased my services. 20 grand. Non-refundable. If you cannot afford, meaning to say you don't have the money. So don't be involved in gold business if you have a limited cash. This gold business and diamond, this is for a real buyer. We are now on the modern technology. Used to be buyer used middlemen. No longer. You can search on YouTube. You will see this beautiful lady, but very tough. The language is rough. I done it purposely because Africa has been tarnished. Both seller and the buyer are tarnishing each other. Now, I discovered the weakness of the seller and the buyer. When the seller say, I will meet you 9 o'clock, they show up. They don't show up 9 o'clock. Now, my seller in Conakry, they were being reformed. And I've been given a driver. I said to the driver, appointment 10 o'clock, you leave the office 2 hours before 10 o'clock. Why? Because of traffic. Now my seller has changed. The business attitude has changed because of me. My job is not easy. So don't bother to say, Wilhelmina, I have a buyer. How much is my commission? I don't. I want to interview the buyer. Mr. Buyer, if you're watching me, read first. If you if you search on video on my YouTube, digest it properly, read it, because it's impossible you would not understand. My seller didn't teach me. I was the one who created this in order to feed you a very good information. This information worth $1 million. You must remember, you are investing $1 million worth of products. Your business would not function without the supply. There's a saying, supply and demand determine the price. 2 days ago, I was at the factory, the jewelry manufacturer. He allowed me to take a video, but I would not release it because that is for my personal. Now, he buy gold to Africa, to the gold trader. He manufacture. This is the finished product. Yes, I bought 3 necklaces coming from him, his factory. Then he distributed it in gold sock, because gold sock as jeweler buy from this manufacturer. He said to me, when he turned me around on his refinery, even 80%, he can make it to anything. You're gonna say, oh, I wanna buy 24 carats. I'm gonna start to laugh. Why? 24 karat is very soft. It's easily to break. And they're gonna put alloy in order to be strong. But there is pure gold. There's still gold. The 22 carats that I purchased for my husband, it's pure gold. Yeah? 22 carats. I said to the jewelry manufacturer, why this buyer say, oh, I want 24 carats? Madam, these people have no idea. If you buy 24 karat, it will break. So they have to put a little bit of lead, silver, and alloy, but there is still pure gold. So now I start to learn. I'm sharing it to you guys. Don't be idiot. Excuse me if I'll say this wording, because really I have to tell the truth that you guys are time waster. A small trader, oh, how much is my profit? I want to buy 1 kilo. We don't sell 1 kilo. Lucky if you convince me, I might consider 5 kilos. But at least 10 kilos, you don't get a profit. On 5 kilos, you only get even, because I'm going to charge you. I'm not going to accompany you for free. If you don't want my services, you watch my video, at least you learn out of this video. There's so many buyer seller offer you cheap price, go for it. There's so many buyer who travel to Congo, travel to Nairobi, travel to Ghana, travel to Tanzania, go for it. There's so many buyer travel to Mali, Sierra Leone, go for it. Because I'm not going to entertain you. I only entertain when the buyer convince me. Because I am telling you, I will accompany you, you will get what you are buying. Without me, good luck. And if you've been deceived by the seller, you are creating your own problem, not me. Don't come to Wilhelmina to solve your problem because I'm not a problem solver. I am here to sell the productions of the seller who produce gold and diamond. I think I already explained it to you guys. This is my last video, November 30. My next video would be January. Wilhelmina would be relaxing, but you can still communicate with me and chat on Skype or WhatsApp or on Facebook. I am collecting your information. I am accepting your order for 2023. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good afternoon. I wish you Merry Christmas and prosperous New Year.